Hi, Molly. Sorry for the delay. It's been kind of a crazy day around here. So, anyways, without further delay, I did channel a little bit of information for you. However, I kind of hit a little bit of an energy block with you. So, that usually tells me there's a lot of fear or there's a lot of doubt that needs to be released. So, what I do in that instance is I'll sit and meditate for a while, see if I can get through it a little bit. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. And in the instances that I can't, I'll pull some tarot to see what other messages I can get. Sometimes it happens when people are in a lot of grief. Sometimes it happens when people are very fearful. And so those things can kind of be a hindrance for us light workers to get through, simply because we need your energy to help us to connect to the other people that are in spirit. So I would say that you have some issues that you do need to work through on your end. Some shadow work may actually help you to achieve those goals. Could also be just some circumstances that maybe you're dealing with or creating some chaos in your life. And so those might need to be addressed as well. I did pick up a male energy. I didn't pick up anybody else in spirit besides him in your reading. I did get the name Thomas, may or may not be his name, but that was the only name that came through while I was doing this. I can also see 3 children, 2 girls and a boy. I feel like those are your children that are here. And then I saw what looked like the island of Japan. So I don't know if somebody has like family that's from there, if that's part of your lineage in some way, shape, or form, but I could clearly see the island of Japan on a map, and I thought that's kind of strange. So I definitely was being pulled over there that there's some reason that they're showing that to me. The male energy that I'm picking up on didn't give me a real clear description of him. He's kind of faint in his energy, but what I do pick up is he's actually communicating to me telepathically, so through thoughts. And this male says that he says that you want permission to move on with your life, that it's almost like you've been asking him for permission, like, I want to meet somebody new, I want to be happy, whether you've already done this or whether this is something that you did do. He's acknowledging these things. He also says that you have permission to move forward, that he doesn't want you to keep your life on hold for him, and that he wants you to be happy. He says that he's sorry that he wasn't there for you when you really needed him to be. So wherever that resonates, whether this was like a really crummy breakup, whether he passed prematurely, I almost get the sense that he may have passed due to like suicide. So I hope that's not the case, but I feel like it was a sudden passing, and I feel like it was very unexpected. So if he did something that ended his life, or whether there was some major tragedy, but it feels very like uncomfortable energy, like this was unexpected, it was very shocking, it happened suddenly. So however he actually passed, whether it was suicide or whether it was some tragedy, like if he was murdered or something crazy like that, he is telling you that he's sorry that all of these things were left undone. He's sorry that he wasn't there for you when you needed him to be, and that he's acknowledging that he has remorse for those things. So he does want you to know that. You also do have a lot of fear that needs to be released, and that it's holding you back from living your life again. So you and your family deserve the best version of you. So the best version of you is the healed version of you, the one that is passionate and excited about life again, and not stuck in heavy energy of like grief. Obviously, we have our own timeline to process that. However, if it's like years and years and years and it's not getting any better, that tells you that it's not healing. And so we need to get to a point where we've adjusted enough in our grief that we're able to actually function a little bit better. And so if it's really new, then that's going to take some time, and that's totally okay. If you feel like you're struggling so bad that you can't process this, then I would seek some additional outside help, counseling, therapy, things like that, okay? So it does look like there's some sort of legal issue or decision that might be going through the courts. It does look like it comes as a positive outcome. I feel like this also helps to restore the balance in your life. It could be like if there's a will or something, an inheritance possibly, things like that, estates, contracts, things like that you would need a court decision to finalize some of these things. It does look like a positive outcome for you. It also helps to restore some sort of balance into your life. The next phase of your life is going to require a lot of hard work, but if you're determined to do that and you're determined to put forth quality over quantity, that's going to be really important for you. I feel like there could also be some project that maybe you're working on that that you really are going to want to put your best foot forward in. So let's say you're starting your own business. Then you want to make sure that you're getting your name out there and that it's positive, right? You want a good reputation. If it's something like you have to work a ton right now because you're a single parent, things like that, then make sure that you're trying to find some balance. But I also feel like you need to put quality in your work. So don't rush through, don't cut corners, things like that. And work might require a lot of your time right now. And so hopefully you have a support system to help you with the family, because I feel like you're going to need it. You're going to be required to do a lot of work in this next phase. It will pay off for you, but you are also going to have a new partnership that's coming in. So there is some sort of stabilizing influence coming into your life. I do feel like this could end up being like a future spouse to you, or at least a partnership that's really solid. This is somebody who would also be a good role model. He's somebody who takes a lot of bold action. He's somebody who comes through with, he's really stable. So he might be a really good protector, really good provider. He might desire to have a family, things like that. But I feel like this person really does want those things in life. Let's see. So he's stable, he's brave, he'll help you in life. There's also a creative project or a passion project that would be a good fresh start for you. Again, I feel like you might be a really artistic person, or that there's something that's been on the back burner for you, that's something you're thinking about, that you want to try, that you want to do, but it's like, what's holding you back? Why aren't we going forward with this? Why aren't we acting on this? Whatever the reason is, whether it's grief, whether it's finances, I feel like that's going to change for you. And I feel like you need to go towards these things that excite you, the things that make you happy, the things that fulfill you, bring you joy. And I feel like this is something that's also going to help you to heal. Let's see. So that would be a fresh start for you, and it's going to bring growth and new beginnings into your life. So follow your passions. It could also be passion with this new person that's coming in. I feel like you two could have a lot of natural chemistry, and so that might be kind of an exciting time for you as well. I also see more money coming to you, so the hard work's going to pay off financially as well. It could also be like this side project, or this passion project might be something you do on the side that also ends up earning you some money, but you are going to have some sort of elevation, promotion, or like a pay raise coming to you, and it's going to be better than expected. So however that financially translates to you, whether it's an unexpected check in the mail, an increase in your salary, things like that, there is a positive changes coming in that area for you. And that Spirit says that you need to also make sure you share that kindness with other people. So share the wealth, pay it forward. If you have an abundance, donate to charity, or, help somebody in your family, or whatever, however you choose to do that, but pay it forward, share that kindness. You also have the intellectual power and the authority to achieve all that you desire. So you're smart enough, you have the ideas, you are intelligent enough to figure out how you're going to do all these things. So balance that with your intuition, balance your intellect with your intuition. So while you can brainstorm, you can come up with all these creative ideas or these things, how do you implement those? How do you get them actually into the 3D tangible reality, right? So I feel like you might need to brainstorm a little bit and think about these things and plan, but balance that with love and compassion and your intuition. So you want to nurture what you want to grow. Remember that you create your future, so stay positive about the outcome. There is a breakthrough that's coming. So I feel like you're going to get the clarity, or it's going to be a sudden oh my gosh, that's what I need to focus my energy on. I feel like deep down, if you check in with yourself, your intuition, you're already going to know most of this. It's not something that's new, oh my gosh, she knew all this stuff. you already know most of the answers. It's a lot of times we're waiting for somebody to confirm those for you, and I feel like that's kind of what you're looking for. So hopefully this gives you the clarity to say, okay, I need to work on these things, I need to let go of these things, and this is the green light to go forward in this direction. So whatever this breakthrough is, it's coming. I think it's time to get excited again. I think things will change for the better for you, but there's a need for excitement, curiosity, and it's mixed with anxiety. So that's the fear wall that I'm having difficulties with. So I feel like there is this overwhelming fear. Maybe it's of loss, maybe it's of sometimes we fear success is what Spirit's telling me right now. Sometimes we fear our own success. It's like, well, what happens if, this thing pays off, and like, what do I do then? You celebrate it. You enjoy it. You've worked very hard for these accomplishments, so get excited about it. I feel like we need to go more towards the curiosity and excitement and release some of that fear. So one of the ways that you can release fear is through shadow work. That's something that it's not always a pleasant journey to do shadow work. It tends to stir up like a lot of emotions for us. It tends to like rattle the skeletons in the closet, so to speak. It's the darker side of ourselves that we usually try and hide or we want to repress. But when we acknowledge those things and we release the fear, we replace it with something that's a lot better. So that might need to be dealt with. I also feel like there's been a lot of delays, especially around new ideas, planning, and maybe even lacking inspiration. So if you're like super creative most of the time and lately you just feel like you can't, I feel like you need to figure out a way around that. Maybe you go do something else. Maybe you don't focus so much attention on it until you get that breakthrough that you're looking for. But I feel like that's the energy that you need to kind of go towards again. That once you do some of this healing, that you should be able to have those creative juices flowing again, and that you'll be able to actually feel like yourself again, feel the inspiration again, and be excited again. It is time to communicate and to create your vision. So you can do that a lot of different ways. Maybe you create a vision board. Maybe it's, screenshots on your phone as your wallpaper so you see it every day. Maybe you envision things in your mind. Maybe you draw it, paint it. I don't know. But there needs to be something that you look at to motivate you on a regular basis for what it is you want for the future. Maybe it's a new love. Maybe it's a new business. Maybe it's a new job. Maybe it's a new house, a new car. Whatever it is for you, you need to focus on those things in a positive way. And the key to manifesting things into your life is to believe that they're already yours and that you already have it. So speak those things into existence. Use things like I am and I have statements. So I am grateful for this brand new house. I am grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my spouse. I'm grateful for whatever. I have, more money than I could ever spend in one lifetime. I have, so that's how those things work, and you start to see those happen in your life. All right, so Spirit says that you need to use a fresh perspective and a new way of thinking and enthusiasm for what's next. So maybe you go back to the drawing board, so to speak, of looking at things differently, seeing, what's the silver lining in what's happening? What is a lesson that maybe you need to take away from all of the things you've experienced? And by doing those things, you're able to shift your perspective and see things a little bit differently and realize that maybe we can change how some things are going forward in the future. We can't change the past, but we can definitely take a lesson and grow from it. And we can definitely learn from these experiences and then find that zest for life again, because I feel like that might be lacking. There is a positive new outcome, a reason to celebrate, and some good news that's coming for you. This could be a gathering with friends and family, things like birthdays, anniversaries, celebrating accomplishments, things like that. So celebrate those things. Make sure that you honor those achievements because you've worked very hard for them. So let the good news be a celebration. I feel like that's important. And that you have fought very hard for your beliefs, and that you might need some boundaries with others still to come. So I feel like you may have had some challenges. It may have been with, anybody in life. Could be in-laws, could be siblings, could be parents, could be your children. whatever these boundaries need to be, stick to them. We need those for a reason. So I feel like there's still going to be challenges yet to come. So stick to your beliefs and stick up for yourself. But there is also some positive news coming in regards to either an inheritance, wealth, or abundance. This may also be like a pending court decision that's being finalized. But luck is on your side, and this is going to bring you the security that you desire. I also see that you might want to find some unconditional love and passion and attraction. So if you're currently single and you're dealing with grief and loss, that may be the farthest thing from your mind. However, it may also be coming for you. I also think that this is a new person. I don't think you know them yet unless you're already with this person. I do think this could be a brand new person that's coming in for you, so that might surprise you. I also feel like you're overcoming obstacles when it's related to love. And so whether that's fear, maybe not wanting to trust again, maybe not wanting to get hurt again, all of those things may come to the surface again. I think shadow work would help a little bit with that. But you're going to overcome these obstacles, and you're learning, and you're entering a new phase that's going to lead to union. So whether you actually get married to another person or whether you're in a committed relationship, all of those count as union. All right, so again, shadow work may be something that's needed. Remember that our relationships are reflecting our wounds. So what does that mean? It means that if there's things that trigger us in a relationship, then those are wounds that we have that we need to address. Maybe it's abandonment. Maybe you chase people that aren't, stable, that aren't ready to be in a relationship because you don't want to be alone. Maybe it's fear and jealousy that's triggered. Maybe you feel like you don't want to commit, so you're running for ego reasons or whatever. There's lots of reasons these things could be happening to you. So if you feel like you need some shadow work, I do post shadow work on my TikTok channel every week. You can also they have like a shadow work journal on TikTok that you might find useful. There's lots of ways to do shadow work. One of the best ways I've found is to journal and to just write about the things that are bothering me and kind of look at it later and go, is there something I could learn from this? Is there a lesson I'm not seeing? Is there a repeating pattern that needs to be dealt with? Is there something that happened way back when in childhood that's affecting me as an adult now? And those are ways that you can kind of see what is the root cause and then address the root cause. Is it something that you can deal with now? Is it nothing that can be done about it? Usually it's not the case. So I would say maybe sit with those emotions, breathe through them, but really feel them, write about them, honor how you feel, and then don't suppress them. Allow them to come to the surface, and then deep breaths and really release them. And, send them off into the universe with love and say, I release this. I no longer wish to carry this. I don't wish to be burdened with this anymore. I wish to heal from this once and for all. And see if that doesn't start to help. All right, so it might be time to look within and to heal. Whoever this new man is, that he's worth waiting for. So there is some divine timing with this. So whoever he is or however you meet this person, he's going to come into your life at just the right time. So I wouldn't go out looking for him. Just know that he's also looking for his person and that he will find you at exactly the right time. And it's going to feel like, how did this even happen? Like very divine intervention sort of energy coming through. So remember that you deserve love. Some self-acceptance might be needed. Do you like the reflection that's looking back at you? Do you love that person? If not, what do you feel like needs to change? Not cosmetically, not, superficially, what internally, so that you love the person that you are. And that's a big part of self-acceptance, and it can take a while to get to that point. But remember that you deserve love. You also may need to let your friends help you. So if you're the type that's like, I don't want to do online dating, I don't want to meet somebody, at a bar or something crazy, then see if maybe your friends know of somebody who might be a good fit for you. You might need assistance from them in other areas as well. So if you need help or assistance, Spirit wants you to ask, but they may know of somebody who is a good match for you. So those are the messages that I have that came through. I do feel like the male energy is the father of your children. I feel like he's the one who's basically releasing, any sort of hold that he might have had on you. He wants you to live again. He wants you to live a happy life, and he does have regret for however things ended. Especially, I feel like if it was, like if he took his own life or anything like that, I feel like he takes responsibility. He's not real clear on his passing. Sometimes they are and sometimes they're not, but I feel like it was sudden. I feel like it was unexpected, and I feel like he is showing regret for how he left things. So however that resonates and translates for you, but he is wanting you to move forward, and he is wanting you to be happy. He does acknowledge 3 children that come through. I picked up 2, let me see, I think it was 2 girls and a boy. Yep, 2 girls and a boy. It may be opposite of that. It might be all of one or all of the other, but I pick up 2 girls and a boy. So I do feel like you're having to carry the weight of all this stuff at this point. And maybe you have for a while, I don't know. But he does want you to be able to heal and to move forward and to be happy. He is at peace where he is on the other side. But I don't pick up, I think you mentioned a mom that is in spirit. I didn't, unfortunately, pick up her energy, just his. And I feel like he is kind of the one that you were waiting to hear from the most. I feel like they give me the words unfinished business between the 2 of you, and I feel like it has to do with, maybe estates or finances or the children specifically. And so he's trying to kind of come through, not necessarily make amends, but try and tell you that he's really sorry for how he left things, and that this isn't what he wanted to dump in your lap, but it unfortunately is how it worked out in the end. So he does have remorse and regret for that. If you have any other questions for me that you want me to try and answer, email me and let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.